Hi, people students. Welcome to our Math 4 class, and this is Miss Claire. Welcome to Term 4. In this video, you will learn chapter 14, and it talks about fractions. Are you familiar with fractions? So in this video, you will learn two lessons. We have lesson 1, parts of a whole, and lesson 2, equivalent fractions. Here are the learning objectives for these lessons. We have to find fractions of shapes, to identify fractions with a total of 1, and to recognize and find equivalent fractions. Okay, P4, are you ready? Come on, let's start. Okay, let's start with lesson 1, parts of a whole. Okay, look at this fraction. A one whole is divided into 2 equal parts, and one part is shaded with blue. So if we name this fraction, this is 1/2. A fraction, children, has 2 parts. The number on the top is what we call the numerator. The numerator is the number of equal parts of the whole, which is the shaded part. The number at the bottom, the bar, or below the bar, is what we call the denominator. The denominator is the number of equal parts the whole is divided into. So our whole here, our one whole, is divided into 2. So our denominator is 2, and only one part is shaded. So our numerator is 1. Another example. So what fractions of the circle is shaded? So let's find the numerator and the denominator. So look at this circle. The circle is divided into 4 parts, and 2 parts are shaded. So 2/4 of the circle is shaded. The numerator is 2 and the denominator is 4. So we can read this one as 2/4 or 2/4. Another, what fractions of this shape is shaded? Okay, take a look. 4/6 of the shape is shaded. The numerator is 4 because there are 4 parts shaded, and the denominator is 6. This is divided into 6 equal parts. Another, look at this shape. What fractions of the shape is shaded? So we have 5/8 of the shape is shaded. Then it is divided into how many equal parts? 8. So our numerator is 5 and our denominator is 8. Okay, I have another here. When we see 4/4, it will make one whole. Look at this shape. It is divided into 4 equal parts. 3 parts or 3/4 is shaded with blue. Then 1 part or 1/4 is unshaded. So all of this, if we will put them together, it makes one whole. So 3/4 and 1/4 make one whole. Or we can also say 3/4 plus 1/4 equals 1. Another example. 7/7 make one whole. So this circle is divided into 7 equal parts. There is 4/7, which is the shaded part, and the part that is unshaded is 3/7. So 4/7 and 3/7 make one whole. Or if we add them, it will make 1. So 4/7 plus 3/7 equals 1. Okay, I have here some fractions, children. Can you tell me which of these fractions make a total of 1? So how to find them? Their denominator should be the same. Then if you will add the numerators, it will become the same with the denominators. So to make 1, the numerator and the denominator should be the same. So let's try to find out which pairs are or make a total of 1. Let's make one pair only. So let's try to find 3 nines. Let's try to find a number or fraction that the denominator is 9. 5 nines. 3 and 5 is 8. So that is not a 1 whole. Another. 6 nines. 3 and 6 is 9. And they have the same denominators. Therefore, 3 nines and 6 nines make a total of 1. Can you find another pair of fractions? If you have, you can share that during our Zoom meeting. Now let's study about equivalent fractions. So let's try to recognize and find fractions that are equivalent or equal in value. I have here a question. Which fraction is equal to 1/2? I have 3 sets of fractions here. We have fraction A, B, and C. Can you tell me which fraction is equal to 1/2? If you don't know, please listen and let's go back to this question later. Okay, equivalent fractions. Look at here. My first fraction is 2/4. It is consist of 2 1/4. So 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4. I have 4/8. 4/8 is consist of 4 1/8. So if we add all this 4 1/8, this is equal to 4/4. So look at the picture. Are they the same? Okay, so these two fractions, children, 2/4 and 4/8 are what we call equivalent fractions. So what are equivalent fractions? Equivalent fractions are fractions that the parts are same in one whole or same whole. So if we take a look in the drawing, both of these fractions are half of the one whole. Then equivalent fractions also, some of the equivalent fractions or all, they have different numerators and denominators. See, if you can see 2, this one is 4. Denominators, 4 and 8. So they have different numerators and denominators, but they are equal in value. 2/4 or 2/4, that is half, right? 1/2. This one also is also half of the circle. So they have the same or equal in value. Now there is a way on how to find equivalent fractions. Take a look here. The first one is 1/2. The second is 2/4. Take a look. Do they have the same value? Yes, both of them are half of the one whole. The next one is also 3/6. The next is 4/8, and the last one is 5/10. So all of these 5 fractions are what we call equivalent fractions. Now, how to find them if we don't have drawing? We only have the numbers. Take a look here. To find the equivalent fractions of a fraction, all you need to do is to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Let's have 1/2. Let's find the equivalent fraction of 1/2. Let's multiply both 1 and 2 by the same number. Let's multiply by 2. It will give us 2/4, right? Correct. Now, let's multiply 1/2 again by 3. It will give us 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. So, 3, 6. Next, let's multiply 1/2 by 4. 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. So, 4 8. And the last one, let's multiply it by 5. So 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, and that is 5/10. So all of these 5 fractions here are all equivalent fractions. We can also continue. You multiply 1/2 by 6. It will give us 6/12. And that is also an equivalent fraction of 1/2. So this is the way to find the equivalent fractions. Now, let's find the equivalent fraction of 1/3. Take a look. This is 1/3, and this is also 1/3. Take a look. We divide this shape or its part into 2. What have you observed? This one is already divided into 6 equal parts, right? And this one is only 3. Now again, to find the equivalent fraction, simply multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. 1 times 2 is 2 and 3 times 2 is 6. So the answer is 2/6. So the equivalent fraction of 1/3 is 2/6. Two parts are shaded and this is divided into 6 equal parts. You can also find other equivalent fraction of 1/3 by simply multiplying it by another number. You can have 3, 4, 5, both the numerator and the denominator. Now, going back to our question earlier, children, take a look here. So which of this fraction is equal to 1/2? Is it fraction A, which is 4/6? Is it fraction B, which is 1/4? Or is it fraction C, which is 5/10? If you have your answer, you can share that during our Zoom meeting. And that's all about equivalent fractions. Okay, before, that's all about chapter 14, fractions, about parts of a whole and equivalent fractions. I will discuss more about this lesson during our Zoom meeting. Thank you for watching P4 and I hope that you learned a lot in this video. Always remember to stay safe and healthy. God bless everybody and have a great day.